Just saw a bright light. Most balls in weight will range anywhere between 6 and 16 pounds. Some alleys are color-coded, some just have the numbers on them. Or if they're an old school plain black ball, it's, well, I can guesstimate how much this weighs. I currently threw a 15 pound. And then you want to select it by how well you can roll it on the ground for your athletes. So when you go to insert it, the thumb goes in and you go up to the first knuckle on your 2 fingers like this. I call it making like a little dog or a little cow face. And then you would stick your fingers in there and then they would roll to see if it works successfully for them. You want to make sure that the thumb comes out easy as well as the other 2 fingers, but the main thing is the thumb. If it makes that popping noise, you don't want that. And also thumb hole sizes will change depending on humidity. I learned that the hard way during a tournament overseas. And my finger hole shrink.
Ron, your order's ready.
And I had an inflame. My thumb was swollen for about a week and a half once I got back home. And that's something that you don't want, that will not stay. And then how do you hold the ball? You want to pick it up with both hands when you're on the lanes, like this, to prevent injuries because balls will be coming back. You don't want to have your fingers smashed, it hurts really bad. So you hold your ball like this, or like that, depending on which handed you are. These 2 fingers always go in first, followed by the thumb, and then you come up like this. And then this is where you start looking at your feet. If you are right-handed, you start with the right foot. You take your first step, push out. Second step, you bring it back. And I will do it this way. And then most go through a 5-step approach. On steps 3 and 4, that's when you're bringing it up. And your 5th step is when you release the ball. And the way that I always told my athletes is thumbs up, thumbs up. So that way the thumb is up. The ball will go where you hopefully want it to go to. And then, I have to look at my notes, I apologize. And then also another tip that I've told my athletes in the past is act like you're holding a cup of water to keep your wrist straight. Because if you turn it this way, it spills. Turn it that way, it spills. So keep it straight like you're holding it. And then you're coming up to take a drink. It's the best way that I've taught them, and they responded to that very well. A lot of them do. A lot of my athletes use wrist supports. I use wrist support because my wrist flicks. And it's kind of like just a way to stabilize your wrist. So, let's see if I missed anything. I went through the arm motions, I went through the feet. Hold it, take your steps. 1, 2. It's too short that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I look down at my feet so that way I'm looking at the boards instead of the pins. It's more important, but well, I was going to say a lot of people just go ahead and look at the pins because that's what they're aiming for. I look at my boards, try to see where I'm standing at, what works for me, what doesn't work. So that way, if it works, I'll stay there. If not, I'll move either to the right or the left, depending on which way the ball is going to go. So, and then I'll go ahead and talk about ramp bowling.